Streaming in progress. Says streaming in progress.
Good enough. Technical difficulties already, Andy.
I can see you guys.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Andy.
Ken's standing in front of the camera, Mark's I can see you.
Okay.
All right, pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's from the ones that are here.
Well, good evening, everybody, on a Thursday night. Andy, I need a motion to approve the minutes for the November meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the November meeting.
I second. And we need a approval of the allowance docket.
I'll make a motion to approve the allowance document.
I second that. And we have no board reports tonight, so utilities, you got anything?
Been pretty much business as
You're
usual.
going to have to be closer to the line again for Andy.
It's been pretty much business as usual for the last month. The only thing I wanted to bring up is, we need to work on getting, looking to maybe get a John up in the motor or something. Because we don't have, once he takes his canoe, we're not gonna have any way to pull motors and stuff off the ponds. And plus I talked to, Alliance, and they'll, if we get one, they'll do our sludge dredging for free.
Can you hear him, Andy?
I want to turn the volume up all the way, or, that's okay.
Cody said we have to get a John boat or something to change the motors on the ponds down there, and Alliance, if we got one, they would do something. What would they do?
Sludge dredging.
Sludge dredging for us for free. Jerry, they've been using Jerry's canoe, and if he takes his canoe, we're gonna get something.
Okay.
Well, and Alliance also, did they say that if they won't do it for free with the canoe?
No, they won't, it's gotta be a boat. They'll do it if we don't have,
Just a simple aluminum boat.
yeah, like a trolling motor. They'll do it if we don't have anything like that, but they'll charge us. And I know the last quote that Jerry got was $1,500 for one pond,
All the bill for that.
for a sludge dredge.
All right. Anything else?
That was the only thing I had.
Tell them about the asset management plan due next year.
Yeah, they went from $500 to $1,550 in 1 year.
Okay, so I guess I'll just read it. HEA 1459 is a new Indiana law that requires all water and wastewater utilities, whether public, private, nonprofit, or municipal, to report their asset management plans every 4 years. It's a plan that helps the utility track the condition of its infrastructure, plan when to repair or replace aging parts, budget for future needs, and ensure long-term sustainability and service reliability. These plans are already required when applying for funding from the Indiana Finance Authority, but under this new law, reporting is required regardless of whether a utility is seeking funding. The utilities are required to show how they are following asset management guidelines set by the IFA. Confirms they have the technical, financial, and legal capacity to maintain their systems. Reports on any federal orders or consent decrees they are under. Confirms their governing body, i.e. the council, has completed a special training on topics like financial management, environmental compliance, and utility governance starting in 2027.
You know much about that, Ken? Or?
Yeah, so they'll have you a simplified form. Well, sorry about that. have a simplified form to do that, but you'll have to inventory. We got maps. We got most of it already put together. Jerry's put most of it together over the years. So we'll do maps and then an inventory, and you have to do like a rate study, which you've already done. So a lot of it's already put in place. We just have to make sure when it comes around, because if you don't do it and they ding you 3 times, they say they'll take your utility over.
Yeah.
So but yeah, we'll keep you. I'll work with Cody. We'll keep you updated.
All right. Did you hear all that, Andy?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for me.
Gonna get snow tonight?
Not as much as they were calling for. I hope it's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, I think it's south of us. Marshall's report, they had 14 calls of service, 7 traffic contacts, 2 assisting another agency, 2 ordinance violations, and 2 animal complaints. And clerk treasurer.
I've got several little things. No, not little things. First, I had a phone call today from the insurance company that the insurance is up for renewal on January 3rd. The property, this is for the properties. He said it looks like right now that this year the insurance didn't take a great big increase, and it looks like it's gonna go from $16,329 to $17,949. So not near as much as what we've had quoted in the last couple of years. That also increases our coverage from $4,206,743 to $4,332,946. So yeah, it is an increase in cost, but it's also an increase in coverage. It's the exact same policy that we had. Nothing's changed. If that's the way you guys want to accept the policy, I don't think we've had any problems with the policy we have, except that it keeps going up, but they all are. So I think it's more important to look at changes in the health one instead of the buildings. We really haven't had any claims.
You wanna make a motion then, Andy, to accept the insurance?
I'll make a motion that we stick with the insurance and no more coverage.
All right, I second.
And then I just have one place that you need to sign, Mark, there at the bottom.
Then, computer
Yeah,
upgrades.
the next thing, in 1 month, my computer, well, between the bank and here, we've been hacked twice. In talking with the bank and Dave's Computer World, the reason for that is the security on my computer is completely obsolete. And then Alliance came in, was dealing with Cody and trying to install things on his computer, and they can't even install them because his is so old. Most of the computers in the building, the 4 that we have Windows 7, and they're now at Windows 11. So we have a real problem with our computers.
You know, Microsoft did do upgrades.
No, and so we can't do any kind of upgrades. I called the place that the town's always used, which is Dave's Computer World. He come over and checked. He did find, he thinks the address or whatever that's probably hitting price, which I texted all of you guys, what that was for that one, that new part, and that's a part that if they put it in, if something goes wrong, they can fix it from there. They said they can put the same part in that's in there now for a whole lot less. They just can't say that it's not gonna go out in another year or two, and I'm thinking, well, it's a pretty crappy part if you're pretty much saying it'll go out in a year or two.
How much is a lot less?
I can't get them to give me a price on it. I called them 3 times.
I'll
And
call.
they keep saying, she keeps saying, I'll send you the quote. Well, she sent me the quote again this morning, and it's the same quote.
I'll call them.
But we can't do anything as far as advertising anybody's anything. And trust me, some people are getting a little upset that their stuff can't be advertised. They're kind of used to that sign now, and they kind of like it.
No, that's good, but we need to get it fixed. And he said it'd be substantial less than the 6,500.
Yes. I mean, my personal opinion is let's just get the part that's in there now back in there and see what happens, and then if we have to go to something else, because right here at the end of the year, I
I'll call
don't
the
like to
owner.
spend $6,500.
I'll call the owner tomorrow, not the lady that's running it.
Well, she was just the secretary, I think, sending out the quotes.
Okay.
And then
When's the last time you talked to her?
she this morning had an email from her.
All right.
So she said she'd get me the other quote and didn't. So and then the pond cameras still are down. Still haven't heard from him again. So we're just not going to have a pond camera for a while because every time I call him, he'll be here next week, but next week never comes. So.
All right.
And then we need to set a date for the year-end meeting, and I'd like to see if it fits anybody's schedule to have it on the 30th, which is
That's my birthday
Tuesday.
again.
Well, we'll have party hats and balloons for you, Mark.
Just, let's forgo those. That's fine with me. In the morning?
I'd rather, because it's, I'm in the office by myself that day, so I'd rather get it.
To what time?
What time works for you best, Andy, if we do something before lunch?
Whatever, I'm good.
Okay, can we do 10? You want to do 9?
I'm good with 9. Are you good with 9, Andy?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it, you good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
12, okay, so.
December 30th at 9 o'clock, Andy.
I got you.
And that one never takes long, it's just I'll have bills that have to be cleared before the end of the year. And, actually, what you might wanna do is think about some of the stuff you've done in the January meeting before at this meeting, between your meeting dates and officers and all that kind of stuff, so come January, it's ready to start.
Right. And then what about the rainy day fund? You'll have that figured out. We vote on that or approve it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Is that percentage, right?
Here, here.
Okay. You have anything else?
No, I don't think so.
That's enough.
That's kind of what I thought when I was putting it in there.
Ken Smith.
So, this is working out. That microphone seems to be working. Andy, can you hear better with that microphone?
Andy, can you hear on the stream?
Yeah,
I didn't know if you just had your phone on or you had the stream on.
I got it. That's fine.
And you can hear better now with that microphone to get attached?
Hang on, wait.
Can you hear Andy?
Yeah, Ken's talking to you.
Can you hear that, Andy?
Yeah.
All right.
So sorry about that. I'll get the extension. We'll put that microphone on the table. I apologize that it took so long. And
No, it's fine.
thanks for your patience. I'll work with Cody on anything coming up. We got some wellhead stuff. Jerry's already got squared away. We'll just resend out some letters. That's all right with you, Jerry. And then 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th will be one of those days. Will be the pre-construction conference for the plant. With Jerry on that. We'll be at that pre-construction conference. And
He said they delivered 2 pallets of meters.
Yeah.
so probably
Where's that gonna be held at? Here?
here.
And who will be there? The contractor?
Contractor, Jerry, myself, hopefully Cody, any council members that want to be there, and then we'll have standard revolving funds on the phone from the state. I don't think you're gonna drive up for that. They usually do it on the phone. Maybe we can do a Zoom with the new camera system. But Yeah, and then that'll be given the commission kickoff, and then the first thing they'll do is they'll get all the meters put in. And then Jeff, they'll bring them up to you, as they get them put in, they'll send them over to Keystone. You use Keystone, right? And then we'll get them so that the first scheduled meeting out, I think probably in February, will be done, take 2 weeks. Then once you've got the software squared away, we can bill in February with the new system. So, you have to read in January like you normally do, but in February, just in time for Jerry to retire, you'll have to, shouldn't have to read anymore. And I think we've got the AMI system, don't we, or drive up and down the system, drive up and down the streets, or what did we get?
I think so. I don't know what we ended up with the map. I have to look. That didn't concern me as long as we could get the automatic radio read.
So it'd either be an antenna here at the office, which I think it is, or we're gonna have to take the laptop and drive up and down the roads, which would take what? How long does it take to drive up and down the roads?
Not very long.
Yeah.
Because it's going to pick a lot of them up going through the first time.
So not knowing, how did they get them down in that pit to install a new meter?
Take the lid off. Dig the lid up, take it off if it's a buried lid. If it's a flush lid, you probably have to dig up the outside. Some guys are coordinated enough, and you can get to. A lot of times, you probably have to take the outer ring off too.
I was gonna say that, yeah, it'd be tough, I think.
Like yours, it's recessed. It's buried all but about that much, I think, if I remember right. They'll have to probably dig around the outside edge, the whole thing, because you can't really get both hands down in there and get a hold of the meter plus the nut on it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Just
thinking,
can't do it.
how much room to work.
Yeah, and some of them you have to dig up the shut-off valve and everything else.
All right.
But,
Will weather be a factor? Or?
not for that. Then, about March or April or so, the tanks will start coming in, so it'll be a little warmer for that starts, but the meters should start next month.
That'd be nice.
All right.
And that's what's going on with that, and, I know your wellhead down here shortly, and, I'll work with Cody on the amp, and I'll get the wellhead stuff sent out, and I'll shut them out.
Well, with the new meters going in February, or ish, February-ish, March, whatever, is the rate increase supposed to, can we still do that the first of the year?
Yes, you're supposed to,
Because it should have been done.
you're supposed to implement that sometime in January time.
Okay, so come the January bills, we need to have the increase. Okay, I need to get with you just to make sure we're gonna be using the right figures off of that rate sheet.
I'll make sure, okay.
Because, we'll have to, Keystone has to do that from their end. We have to give them the figures and then they figure it down there.
Okay, be available to you.
Okay.
Is that all you had?
Unless you didn't want me to do something, I'll shut my mouth.
Andy, you want Kim to do anything besides twirl his thumbs? Or?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Town attorney, I reached out to Kendra Lynn. I'm waiting to hear back from her on if she's gonna do it or not. I'll reach out to her again tomorrow, Friday, and see if she's made her mind up. She was thinking about it, so. I know she's been in court quite a bit, so I'm sure that's taken a lot of her time. Utility adjustments, none? How many shut-offs did we have? A lot or normal?
This month, we haven't had it yet.
No, I mean,
Last month?
yeah.
We had
Between
more
last
last-
meeting and this meeting.
Yeah, we had more than we have
I don't remember how
6 or 8.
many. I don't remember.
Or
It's
nine,
usually the
maybe
same ones.
Usually, but there was a lot of them this time.
Wasn't
Want normal.
public comments, we don't have anybody. Andy, you got any comments or council comments?
Nope, everything's going good.
I guess what was it, the thing they had here on, the Christmas bazaar or whatever? It must not have been too well
No,
attended.
the weather
Yeah,
was
weather
real.
was,
Yeah, the weather kept everybody away.
That's sad. All right, next meeting's January 14th, next year. So, can you believe we're gonna be 2026 already, so. If nothing else, I entertain a motion to adjourn, Andy.
Motion to adjourn.
Thanks for getting on with us.
Yep, thanks, guys.